Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and also Harry and Meghan. And I'm just going to start with this incident where Meghan apparently earlier this month sent King Charles a gift box from her lifestyle brand, as ever, as a peace offering. So royal correspondent Neil Sean was speaking to Fox News this last month, and he was saying that it was her attempt to build bridges with her father-in-law. The box was packed with artisan jams and wildflower honey and was meant to soften Charles's stance. But sending a gift to a king who's been distant since 2020 is a bold move with not much chance of success. So why is Meghan pushing for this now? It's about self-preservation, brand strategy, and a fear of fading relevance. Since she and Harry left royal duties in 2020, their star power has waned. Their Netflix deal, which was also signed in 2020, produced a cooking show with Love Meghan that totally flopped in 24. Their Spotify podcast, which was launched in 2020, was cancelled in 2023. As ever, her newer lifestyle brand, which was introduced in 24, is now struggling to stand out. Its limited edition honey sold out in April 25, but the $50 jam has been mocked online recently. Meghan's empire craves legitimacy, and a royal connection would provide a major boost. I mean, if you think about it, it is so ridiculous. Her own father-in-law is the King of England, and yet she's trying to sell jam. She had it all at her fingertips. She had respect from Charles. He liked her at the start and was bending over backwards trying to make sure that she fitted in and that she could actually do some good for the monarchy and for the Commonwealth. And she's blown it. How could anybody blow so much? You know, that's why I believe it is planned, and she does have a purpose, and that she is, albeit a bad actress, this is a part that she's playing. So it's not just about selling products. Meghan's focused on securing her and Harry's titles and their children's place in the line of succession. They're still HRH in name, but they can't use those titles commercially, as I said previously. In April 25, Meghan posted an Instagram story where she was addressed as Your Royal Highness, which then prompted King Charles's allies to call it an attempt to exploit her status. Recent posts on X have speculated that she's fixating on locking in her title before Charles's reign ends. A strategic move for long-term security. Timing is key. Charles has been battling cancer since his diagnosis in early 2024, and his health remains a focal point. He's of the age where he needs to be focused on looking after himself, although I believe that a lot of this is just for our benefit. The whole thing is a show. Harry's UK visits have been brief and tense, with People magazine reporting in 2024 that Charles had stopped responding to Harry's calls and letters. Their last meeting, which was a 30-minute chat in February last year, was frosty. Meghan hasn't visited the UK since Queen Elizabeth's funeral in September 22. Her gift box arrived in April 25, shortly after Harry's UK trip for VE Day events, where he and Charles didn't meet, per recent reports, which suggested a calculated move to appeal to Charles during a vulnerable moment. Historically, Meghan and Charles were close. He walked her down the aisle in 2018 when her father was unable to do it. But that bond collapsed after Harry's book Spare, published in 23, and their Netflix docuseries came out. The Oprah interview in 21 totally put a spanner in the works as regards her relationship with King Charles. If we remember, that interview criticised the institution of the royal family. These actions alienated the palace, and Meghan's recent gift box seems like an optimistic attempt to erase years of tension. Charles, despite his sentimental side, isn't likely to forget the past. So what's driving this push? First succession, I think. Archie and Lily are 6th and 7th in line to the throne, believe it or not, and we don't even know if they exist. This is how ridiculous the whole facade, the whole show is. If Charles passes, William, who is still estranged from Harry, totally understandably, would take the throne. Ex-posts recently suggest that Meghan fears that William could strip their titles or sideline their children. What children? Reconciling with Charles now could secure some leverage. And secondly, its public image. Meghan's brand relies on her Duchess persona, but her projects are struggling. With Love, Meghan was ridiculed on X in 24, and her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, which was launched in 24, has been called self-absorbed. British tabloids like The Express, more recently, have criticised her products. A connection with Charles could restore her royal credibility, but the palace isn't engaging. Insiders told Fox News this month that they see her gesture as calculated. And then thirdly, it's Harry's role. He's expressed a desire to mend ties per interviews in 2023, but his efforts are inconsistent. He skipped a meeting with Charles during his April 25 visit, and royal expert Tom Bower, quoted in 24, called Harry's reconciliation hopes unrealistic. Meghan appears to be steering the strategy, with recent ex-posts suggesting Harry's uneasy about her title chasing. Her motives seem tied to her brand, not his family ties. He's also allegedly uneasy and quite angry about her using these children, whoever they belong to promote her products. So it's all allegedly, and you couldn't make it up. The children's hair is changing colour so frequently, and the latest picture of this daughter has the most bright ginger hair, and previously it was blonde. The palace's response to all this, it's silence. Clarence House didn't acknowledge the gift box and totally signalled disinterest in that. Charles's advisors view Meghan's move as insecure and strategic. Her Instagram stunt with the HRH title sparked royal outrage this month, which further strained relations. The royals are skilled at ignoring unwanted advances, and they've had plenty of them, and Meghan's facing a wall of indifference. Public sentiment is harsh. Ex-posts call Meghan insufferable or accuse her of chasing clout. One post this month mocked her for allegedly complaining about Sarah Ferguson's title use while pushing her own. The consensus is that her peace offering is a PR stunt, not genuine. This isn't about Meghan and Charles, it's about the Sussexes' fight for relevance. The royal family is focused on Charles's health, Camilla's duties, William and Kate's 14th anniversary, and Prince George's VE Day role this month. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are fading in Montecito, their projects overshadowed by a monarchy moving forward And Meghan's gift box is a desperate bid to reclaim a royal foothold, but it's not landing. In the end, Meghan's efforts are falling flat. Charles isn't engaging, and he's not likely to. The palace is dismissive, and the public is sceptical. To get back in, she'd need to undo years of public attacks, which no gift box can achieve. She's left pushing her brand in a world that's losing interest, while the royals carry on without her. So this latest bit of, I wouldn't say it was news, it's probably not even genuine, but there was allegedly talk of her wanting to adopt a child to impress Harry and to impress everybody else, I guess, and to make her a little bit more like Angelina Jolie, because she tried the clothes and she tried the benevolent, saintly look. But I think this talk of adopting a child is just something that she's thrown out there to distract again. Can you imagine it? We don't even know whose children these are. I think most of it is AI, the stuff that we see online, the stuff that is being put out. Because either that or she's dyeing her children's hair or somebody else's children's hair. So, I would love to know what you think about all of this. So let me have your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.